Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The ball carrier.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Made by Devin Hood.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level. What we hear so often, how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message. Hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory. Be aggressive. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Break on the tackle.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
They'll roll him out right. Taking it, and this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. Mahomes going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, 3rd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
38-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A gain of
and a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Steelers.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Completion here to Claypool. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
10 yards.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
On the run, here's Anthony McFarland. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Tossing this out wide to McFarland. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, and in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 46. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports.
Ready to kick off for Kansas City.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense was expecting run, and their Delta pass of over 15 yards.
And the Steeler first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
A gain of 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Eric Ebron.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Yard line.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Ebron.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Able to hit his target, Claypool. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, this will be McFarland. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Chiefs 10, Steelers 7. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brought him down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Dancing to his left. Incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Pulled in at the 24. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. This is Johnson. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Butker on for the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes the score Chiefs 17, Steelers 10. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Ebron with it over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. On first down, McFarland. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's brought down at the
offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second and 1. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Yard to go.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
The pass. Complete.
And that'll get them to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
And the Steelers first down.
On first down, McFarland works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Anthony McFarland.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Chase Claypool, the intended target.
Charvarius Ward on the tackle.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
2-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. On the ground, it's McFarland. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs.
It's a turnover on downs.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Now Edwards-Helaire. And able to work make about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Mahomes now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Edwards-Helaire. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind him, try to put. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Chiefs 31, Steelers 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and long.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On play action, it's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
At their own 20.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Big hold of the 30. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Ebron caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First down, Steelers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's third down.
Incomplete. It's third down.
Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is third and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Now whistles here before the snap, but it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Today's final score.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Kansas City, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.